Hi, guys. Welcome
Hello.
to the Gig Economy Podcast. Jesper, you idiot. You ruined my intro. Welcome to the B-side.
Welcome to the... It's kind of like... It's like a mixed bag of B-side, A-side.
We should have had Larry on, and we could have called it... Welcome to the B-plus side.
The B-plus.
Yeah. So we didn't have a guest lined up for tonight, either a creator and or a...
Nobody wanted to talk to us.
A gig worker. So if you are out there and listening to this and would love to come on the show as a fan, as a gig worker, as a gig creator, we would love to have you. We're trying to get a list of people together so we're able to just get it all set up between here and to the end of the year. I know there's a ton of people out there that would be awesome to be on the show. So definitely, if you're hearing this, send an email. We would love to have you on.
And you don't have to think you have something to add, because almost all the time people have something to add, even if they don't think so.
I mean, unless you're a mute or don't work in the gig economy, you can come on the show. We would love to have you.
Correct.
We would love to have you if you are a mute or not in the gig economy, but that's a different show.
What show is that?
I don't know. Gig Economy After Dark.
Oh.
Anyways,
that sounds a little bit X-rated,
hey,
Jason.
Hey, any way to make a buck.
Any way to make a buck. I don't know. I don't think your wife appreciates that.
Yeah, she probably doesn't. If you could go to Apple Podcasts and or Spotify to rate us. Spotify is the easiest place to do it. Just go to our podcast listing in Spotify, click 5 stars, and then Apple. I can walk you through it, but if you're an Apple Podcast user, it's very easy to leave a 5-star review and a comment. We can't thank you enough if you do that. And if you do that and send us a screenshot, we might send you something. I will send you something. I'm not telling you what it is, but I will send you something. I think we did get a review that we never talked about, I think. Now that I think about it. It was better than, and please bear with me as I don't use the Apple Podcast app regularly, so give me a second to bring it up. We got a 4.6. That's not good. How the fuck do you find reviews on this, Jesper?
I don't know. I don't use the app.
I know. I don't either.
While you're finding the app,
yeah.
I will talk about how
please.
When you're done doing your review, we want you all to go to patreon.com/gigecon podcast. That's what I was trying to say. /gigecon podcast, or just search for the Gig Economy Podcast and support us there. We have 2 levels. We have a $5 and a $10 tier, and either way you support us, we appreciate it super much. And then apparently told by one of our commenters right now that we are in the process of starting an OF page as well, so, for the After Dark content.
yeah. I don't know what I mean. Who wants to see that? Like, all these women that make money on feet pictures, like, that's insane. I mean, more power to them. If you can make money at showing pictures of your feet or rubbing them together, I mean, I can't.
Yeah,
definitely.
So Janet, she's going to be here in the studio on the 20th of September. That's right.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Let's see. The review was June 13. Now I'm going to read it verbatim, and then I will clean it up. It's a 5-star. Duval Uber driver. I learn to you guys all the time. I think it's listen. I'm a driver from Jacksonville, Florida market. I also am a merchant seaman. Well, if you're listening to this, we want you on the show.
Where you go?
Where you go?
No, there you go. I said there you go.
I thought you said where you go.
No, I said there you go.
So yeah, that is the most recent review. Basically, you just go to, I know I said it was so hard. You go to the Gig Economy Podcast, you scroll down, and then it'll say, ratings and review. Tap to rate. 5 stars, and then write a review. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
And then if we don't reach out to you, which we don't always do or whatever, go to gigeconomyshow.com and contact us using the contact form, or one of the many ways of doing contacting us there, and let us know you want to be on the show.
Yeah. Jesper talked about our Patreon members. I want to thank Larry, Samson, Steve, Chris, Bud, Tom, Omar, Delivery Cats, Jamie, Frank, and Joe, all from all over the world. And can't thank enough for supporting the show. Again, like Jesper said, if you would love to support the show, send us a donation of $5 or $10 a month. You get awesome perks. Check it out, the Gig Econ Podcast at patreon.com. Telegram group, it's doing okay. It's about the same as it was last week. And so if you would like to join that and chat with us for people around the world, let's do that.
I think I'm going to be out chatting with people this weekend.
Yeah, I definitely be doing some gig work this weekend. I'm back to school for driving bus, and it's been an exhausting week because I have to do morning and at noon. I have to bring the kindergartners home because they have half days, and then I have to go back, or then I have to go work at the school, and then I have to go back in the afternoon. So I've been like running my ass off, so I'm exhausted. But I think I will still do some gig work this week, probably. Yeah. And any stories from the road, Jesper? You've been off for almost a month.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. No stories from the road. Thank you, John. We actually, I went up to the great UP this weekend. We dropped my kid off for college, and I was pretty impressed. I saw a couple of Lyft vehicles up in Houghton, Michigan.
Okay,
that was actually they looked to be working.
They gotta be. It's a college town, right?
Yeah, but I don't think Lyft is active in Houghton, Michigan. Uber is active in Houghton, Michigan.
I would imagine it's not.
Yeah, but Lyft seemed to be. There's a couple up there. I saw a couple drivers, but it's a very, very small community. So I don't think there's a ton.
Okay.
Of cars up there, obviously, but it's a cool car. It's a cool city, and as I said, my kid is definitely excited, and he seems to be doing well. So. That was my weekend. I still drove 1,100 miles.
Oh my God. Holy shit. Oh my gosh, that's so many miles.
550 miles each way.
My gosh, I bet you were ready to get out of the car when you got done with that.
Well, we did it over 4 days, so it was not that bad.
True. I mean, I did work over the weekend, but I actually got another part-time job. I don't know if I've talked about it. I work for a senior community, and I drive some mostly independent living, and then some people that have some memory care issues and stuff. But over the weekend, I went to a fish boil. Do you know what a fish boil is, Jesper?
I do know what a fish boil is. That's exciting.
I did not know. So it was my first fish boil. I had to Google what a fish boil is.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And it was really good. It was fun to watch them do it. And yeah, it was pretty cool.
I've never been to one, but I know what it is.
Yeah. It's pretty popular from Door County in Wisconsin. So yeah, it was kind of fun. But yeah, I got to move some elderly people that independent living that drank wine at the fish boil who were a little tipsy. So I was basically their DD.
What else would they do? I mean, I hope I drink wine when I get old.
Well, yeah, I know. There's no, there's nothing else to do while you're waiting for the Lord. John, Jason looks like a gun-tooting right-winger, but has the patience of God when it comes to student and senior. Exactly.
He does not have any patience at all when it comes to students.
I do too. I would have got fired by now. You know, John, it's funny you bring that up because when I had my other show, Threads, I look like a gun-toting right-winger, and I'm far from that. But I love that line. I feel like I need to put that on my bio somewhere. My patients were thin today on the bus, so I'll tell you that. It was a 160 degrees in there, and I had one kid spit on another kid, and I was like, oh God, now I got to write you up. Like, it's day 3. So,
can you just whack him?
Yeah, I wish. It was a first grader, no less. Like, it wasn't even. I know, but
he spat.
Anyways. All right, gig economy. Where are we at? Gig economy in the news. Let's just jump in. First article is how self-driving cars could impact gig workers. Like, it's kind of
isn't that self-explanatory?
I mean, yeah, it has literally 4 paragraphs. So the California Public Utilities Commission will decide Thursday whether autonomous vehicle companies Cruise and Waymo. I didn't know about Cruise. Can expand operations in San Francisco, one of the first big cities to pilot this tech. So the question, how are the 6 million or so Uber drivers feeling about the prospect of robot competition? Karen has been driving, of course, her name's Karen, for Uber and Lyft in San Antonio for about 7 years. Even if robot cars could deal with tourists going the wrong way down a one-way street or scooters recklessly zipping into traffic, she wonders, what are they going to do with drunk passengers? They leave phones, they leave keys, they get sick in the car. She said, how's a driverless car to know? Okay, Karen. I mean, they have cameras. They're going to be able to figure it out.
And sensors. I mean,
Beyond the existential question of who will clean up the vomit, for now, human drivers are just a cheaper option. Sergio, who we've had on we need to get him on the show. Before, a senior contributor to the rideshare guy, Uber does not own the cars. The driver does. They maintain the cars, buy the gas, insurance, depreciation, all these things. So they're a zero asset business model. So they're going to want to have us more than autonomous cars anyways. It costs them so much money. Right?
Well, yes. But here's the thing, though. If you stop having people that bitches out there all the time and all you have is assets.
Yeah, but it's an asset that depreciates, though.
Well, of course, but even after it's done, depreciate.
That's a hard word. I struggled with it too.
The car still works.
Yeah, I mean it does.
I mean, it's just, the car still works after it's being depreciated. So it's. I mean, I obviously understand what Sergio is saying. I do. But it's a different model. But if you don't have to pay anybody, if you don't have to deal with all the bullshit politics anywhere.
Well, you're still going to deal with the politics. You're going to have to deal with the red tape with the government to get autonomous vehicles in there. It's never going to work in a city.
Okay, but you don't have all the people that yell and scream that they want benefits and they want this and they want this and all this stuff.
True.
They don't have any of that.
I think I don't think it's possible. It's too expensive. It's too expensive. I mean, one of those.
I disagree. Well, I think it's very possible.
Well, I mean, Uber has the money, but my point is like, are they going to have 6 million? Let's just say that number, 6 million drivers. Are they going to have 6 million autonomous vehicles? At 100?
How many? How, just do this math. How much money have you made on Uber or Lyft over the last 5 years?
Oh God, a lot.
And you haven't driven full time,
right?
Right. I mean, you would think that in one vehicle you should be at least get 3 years out of.
Oh, so that's a good point. So you're saying you're not paying somebody, so you get to keep all that revenue.
You keep all of it. You don't pay anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you gotta have some people to maintain the fleet,
of course,
of cars or whatever. But there's so many more revenue streams, right? I mean,
yeah. We'll see. I don't know. I'm still kind of skeptical of it.
Oh, I am too. I'm just saying I think it's very possible.
Yeah, but how do you feel though, like in a city like that snows and stuff? I mean, that's not going to be possible. Like Grand Rapids in the winter, you're not going to be. I mean,
you know what I mean? Not right now, but in 5-10 years, absolutely.
Oh, shut the fuck up! 5-10 years. They've been saying that we're going to have autonomous cars 5-10 years ago for 10 years.
Cruise and Waymo is doing it right now.
Right.
In all the cities, or can do it in the cities, for that don't necessarily have all the ice and the bad conditions of the road.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. So give it 3 to 5 years, and then they're there.
No.
You disagree, huh?
I do disagree. Let's see, reviews and how-tos. I wonder if self-driving car commercial insurance would be cheaper for Uber versus humans. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question, actually.
But there's no doubt that once they become more common, there's going to be a lot more problems, a lot more people, because they jump in front of them and doing stupid things, and it'll be in the news. Of course.
Yeah. I don't know. So, I don't think it's that close, but we'll see. All right. You're up, buddy.
I'm up, buddy. I'm up. robo taxis in San Francisco is used for no boundaries sex. So this is interesting too, right? And brings up, we were just talking about we were just talking about autonomous vehicles. And so basically in San Francisco, they have been, this article is all about how that they have seen an increasing interest in utilizing robo taxis for sexual favors or whatever. And what the article goes, which is pretty interesting, is that several clients of the cruise robo-taxi startup told the San Francisco Star that they have had several sexual experiences while hitching and riding the tech company's autonomous vehicles that have grown increasingly popular. It was really fun because they got quite hot and fogged up to the point that the windshield was completely fucked over. And in any other context, in any other vehicle, that would be an actual problem. Except in this one, of course. So yeah. So there's no one to tell you can't. And if it gets to the point where you are more and more comfortable, and if you're with someone like more serious partner, it can escalate to other activities.
This guy says, Alex, a man in his 30s, told the publication that he estimates he has performed at least 6 separate sex acts. Say that 6 times fast. Spread out over the course of 3 different rides. So 6 acts in 3 different rides. He said the romps range from makeout sessions to full-on sex, no boundaries activities.
So then brings up a next question. And so, do we think that this is something that instead of hotel rooms rented by the hour, now you can do this?
Yeah.
Come inside in the heat and get. I can't even
come inside the heat. I see what you did there.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
So here's a question, though. I'm pretty sure that's a Chevy Bolt there in that picture.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
I think so.
Here's a question. He's done it 3 different times. How is it that this guy was able to rent this car again? After, I mean, they have cameras in there. They probably, I mean, how did no one stop him from doing it? Like, you know what I mean? Continuing to rent.
Because they probably don't care.
That's gross.
It doesn't ruin the vehicle, and I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they don't care yet. So basically, and this is the other thing, Cruise and Waymo collectively have more than 500 autonomous vehicles in operation.
Wow. I'm just reading. Of course, this is the New York Post, but it's like, Megan, a woman in her 20s who described her first experience in a robotaxi, escalated into something more. We got in and just got straight to making out, said Megan, who got in the cruise car wearing nothing but a robe. One thing led to another. What is this, like Penthouse? And one thing led to another, and he made sure that I was taken care of, if you will, she told The Standard. I was like, I have no underwear on, and I'm ready to go in this. Oh, the ad just popped up right over that.
In this kimono, she said.
Yeah.
And I was using his slippers that were like 5 sizes too big.
Anyways, I mean, is there any place that a human being won't have sex on if they have an opportunity? Clearly not.
Absolutely not.
Clearly
Absolutely not.
It won't be me, but 50 Shades of Uber. Oh my gosh. All right, moving on.
That's funny. 50 Shades of Uber. I like it.
Let's see.
That's the title of
So I'm not sure which app this is. Doesn't matter. Text conversation that says, what's the apartment number? 162. Thank you. You're welcome. The customer said, the boy made a mistake and gave you that money thinking he was paying for the food. The driver, okay, I can bring it back or I can send you the 20 on Zelle. I'm sorry for asking, but can you bring it back? So this is just a conversation of like, are you...
Well, he obviously thought he was paying and tipping or what.
Yeah, I mean, do you bring it back or do you just like, sorry, disconnected number?
No, I would bring it back.
I wouldn't. No, you handed me. I mean, why would I have to drive back? I'm sorry. You tipped me. Like, what if I was already on to another order?
I mean, right. And honestly... Honestly, you should if all you had is $20, you shouldn't be using Uber anyways.
Well,
or whatever. You should be taking your ass down to the store and buy $20 worth of groceries.
I mean,
which is gonna last you longer. But that's a different discussion. I would bring it back.
Yeah, but that's fair.
I understand why you wouldn't.
Yeah. it's very weird for them to ask. I mean, they didn't say it was their last $20, but I mean, it's like, I would just be embarrassed to ask for it back. Like, I mean, it's $20. It's not like it's $200. Like,
correct.
Give the guy a tip. You fucked up. He's gonna have a great night because of that.
And you live on.
You live on. Yeah. I mean, if you can't, yeah, exactly. If you can't,
I think that's what I put into it as well. I mean, if she's really going to ask for that money back, she must really need it more than I do. That was my
fair.
He or
I mean,
she.
Yeah, I don't care that you would bring it back. It doesn't really matter to me. So
no.
All right,
I understand.
Body fluids, yuck, Janet. Poor Janet. Every time I always forget she's listening, and then I say something terrible, and then I mean I know she's an adult, but like it's just it's just kind of like, hey.
I just accidentally closed my lineup, so hang on one second, okay?
I can read it. I can read it.
Thank you.
All right.
There we go.
Uber Lyft drivers. My car is being worked on, so I took a Lyft home. Get in, and the guy seems nice enough. About 5 minutes into the ride, he says, I need to stop real quick and drop some of the groceries.
Yeah.
Fuck. I said, okay. He said he was in the middle of doing an Instacart order when my ping came in because he forgot to turn off the app, and he couldn't take it because he likes to keep his AR at 99. Must have been he couldn't cancel it. I had not at this point told him I was a driver. He drops off the grocery and takes me to my destination. I tell him I appreciate the hustle, but a 1 from a regular customer would be way worse than a dip in your AR. And if someone who he dropped the order off for saw me in the car, he could be deactivated. I still tipped him, again, dumbass, and decided not to rate him. Double dumbass. Didn't think 5 was appropriate and just didn't want to go lower. He got me to where I needed, and I wasn't in a hurry. Like I said, I appreciate the hustle, but come on.
I think we all need to hold each other to a higher standard.
Yes.
I mean, I think that's what it comes down to. And you can feel bad for him or whatever, but there's so many people out here doing the gig work that we have to hold each other to a higher standard.
Meaning what? Like he should have rated and reviewed, or
he shouldn't have tipped, and he should have given a 1 star. The or whatever. The driver was in the wrong.
Of course.
He shouldn't have taken it.
Well, the bottom line is like, higher standard. I see what you're saying about that, but still, like, do you want this dumbass driving around? Like, what he's doing that? He's worrying about his AR take a dip because he's trying to be gold or platinum or diamond or whatever. I'm like, just cancel the fucking thing. It's like, that's the point of the cancel. Use it very sparingly, but in those situations, oops, I left the app on. I'm just going to cancel this ride and deliver my groceries because it looks way worse.
And we all know that there's easy ways for not to get into these situations, right?
Yeah, turn the app off.
Well, or you can use one of Gary's apps.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Exactly. There's options out there. You don't have to do it manually. Yeah. If you want a multi-app, use a tool.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate the hustle. Like the writer said of that post. I appreciate his hustling and getting shit done, because that's what you need to do today. It's gig work.
Absolutely.
Can't stick with one app, but
do it right.
Yeah, dummy. All right, this is an interesting article about I'm gonna move this one over so I can look straight ahead and read it. Lyft Uber says they'll stop rideshare in Minneapolis passes ordinance. Now, Uber and Lyft has threatened this before. It's never come to fruition, but so rideshare drivers have been pressing the Minneapolis City Council to pass legislation that would set a minimum compensation for drivers and create a process for them to appeal deactivations, which that I like. The proposed ordinance would in part ensure the driver who has a ride that originates in Minneapolis would make the equivalent to a city's minimum wage of $15 per hour. There was some article. Oh no, I have a second one here. It said, okay, let me look at this one. It had some more stats on it. Sorry about this. Oh, if the bill went through, it would mandate a minimum wage of 51 cents a minute and $1.40 a mile for gig workers, which would in line with $15 an hour. But if the bill goes through, Uber says it'll remove cheaper X options for riders, leaving only its premium rides like Uber Black and Uber SUV. Lyft said it would exit Minneapolis January 1st if the bill passes. The ride biz says the new minimum wage would double its fare prices in the city. So, Same old, same old. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Didn't this start like that in California, and then they set? Oh no, that was more benefits. This doesn't talk about benefits. This is minimum
it's not
wage.
gonna. I mean, there's no doubt there's gonna be changes.
Yeah,
I mean, they're coming. Changes are coming. Everything is getting cleaned up. It's getting less messy. But yeah, I don't see Lyft or Uber leaving.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's so weird. Do you think it's going to pass though?
Who knows these days? Who knows?
I mean, I guess it all depends on what the governor. I mean, it basically goes down to
politics.
Thank you. If you're right or left, I mean, that's unfortunately what happens. But I didn't know the city had so that's a city $15 an hour, not like a state. Like most states have a minimum wage, but this is apparently a city minimum wage.
But the thing that drives me crazy is, I mean, I make way more than $15 an hour, and we're in a smaller city.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't. Yeah. That's such a good point.
Why is it even a problem? It makes no problem. No sense that this would be an issue.
Yeah, and most of those times that have the minimum wage, it only pays you when you're rolling. It doesn't pay you to sit at the airport for.
No.
I wonder if people don't realize that, and they're just like, yeah, we need $15 an hour. It's like, okay, like if you drive a passenger for 1 hour and make $15 for that 1 hour, I mean, you got fucked. Like, right. You could make more than $15 an hour. He did $4.99. You only did $4.99, Steve. You had to do $5.01. Steve is at the podcast conference that I've gone to for the last 2 years.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I couldn't go because school started this week, and I can't really take the first week of school off being a bus driver. Bud Soda says Uber doesn't require acceptance. You get points for every order, and that's not true.
And tips received.
You do get points. There's some time during the day where you don't get points, but you're right.
Right.
You're right. You do get points, but I mean, you can't be a diamond status and have a 2% acceptance rate, can you? I mean, I know Bud works like a maniac, so he would know. But I mean, I'm pretty sure you can't be diamond and have a 5% acceptance rate. But if anyone wants to,
but it also doesn't matter though.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, that's the thing, and you don't have to drive. I mean, you don't have to have that high of a rate. You don't have to be diamond to be a smart driver.
Oh, so Bud says he's a diamond and under 50%. I mean, you would think. Do you wonder if it's area specific?
It very well could be.
I mean, I knew you made points regardless of what your AR was.
Right.
I thought you had to be a certain percentage of a fucking AR. Like, they usually send me that stuff. Like, if you want to be gold or whatever, you have to up your AR, but I don't know.
Oh, I do too. I mean, yeah, your acceptance rate has to be high enough for.
Well, he's under 50, he says.
Well, but again, it could be
market specific.
Market specific
could be.
I don't know. I forget how much it is to be here, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I also don't care.
I need to bring my work phone down with me when we have this show because
I'm active now again. So I mean, look.
Well, I'll move on to the next one. See if you can pull it up. I'd just be super curious on that. So basically, Lyft and Uber could ditch Minneapolis. They won't leave. I mean, why would they?
They're not gonna leave. So. To be gold, you accept in Grand Rapids, you have to have an acceptance rate of 85% or more.
Just to be gold, and that's just a step up above blue, right?
Yes. To unlock gold, my acceptance rate has to be 85% or more. Yep.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. Oh, he's in a small market, Watertown, New York. See, that's what I mean. Yeah. So clearly in your market, it didn't matter. Right. Or you were hit diamond and then your acceptance rate dropped because you get that period, right? You get 3 months at that diamond, gold, or whatever, or platinum.
It falls off though. It falls off once you stay below for long enough. It falls off.
Yeah, but for that 3 months, you'd be diamond no matter what. They drop you down.
Yeah, if you go below that for too long, you are no longer gold and you're no longer diamond. Yeah, that happened to me. Yeah, I fell from gold down to blue.
Huh. That's interesting. Well, so I guess it is Mark's market specific.
My cancellation rate is only 3%, but also I haven't driven for Uber since since April.
That's oh my gosh. You're gonna be so excited when you
what's my special this time? Now, I mean,
but you might as well tell everyone what you're gonna make this weekend if you're gonna do it.
I'm not gonna drive. Well, I might. Holy smoke!
Oh, they want you back.
Oh, they want me back. They offered me $235
for what? 60 rides?
For 70.
Yeah.
No, hang on. $235 for 60, but if I do all 70, I make $300.
Okay. You're not. I mean, I know college is back, so you may be able to do that this weekend, but
I have to drive 20 hours if I do that. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
No.
Bud says, Steve, we have way too many rideshare drivers here and too many Eats drivers because there's spillover. Uber still has a $300 $300 incentive? Holy cow.
300? Here we get $40. I think it's 20.
$40.
Oh no, it's nothing for Uber. What is like $25 or something?
Yeah, it's something insane. So
it's literally nothing. It's like doesn't matter at all.
All right, moving on. Our new sponsor, RMI Inspections, an on-demand inspection for Uber and Lyft drivers. Obviously, that's something that we have to do unless you have a 3-year-old or newer car. I believe that's usually the cutoff on that. Basically, when you use these guys, it's a virtual inspection. You don't have to go to the mechanic shop. You're not oversold on stuff that you absolutely don't need. You choose a suitable time. One of their certified mechanics will call you on a video chat app of your choice and conduct a 15-minute inspection, guiding you through the process. You receive your inspection report via email upon passing, ready to be uploaded to the apps. And of course, you do not pay until if you don't pass. They don't make you pay, but it's only $19. Like, you can't beat the price for that. They got a proven track record. They do it right in your driveway. And I myself, and looks like Steve has used them too. I used it for my Honda last year. Now I did get a new vehicle, so I didn't need an inspection. So yeah, check them out. The link is in the description.
I'll be using it as well when it's time for mine. I'm still a year out. So yep.
Yeah. Bud's like 70 short rides. Boom. What's 20 hours in 2 days? We're not all like heroes. You're like a war hero, but in the gig space. Like Bud does so many. So I don't even know. When do you go poop?
I have driven 6 hours straight before and not even gone.
And not peed or anything?
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. Wasn't your ass so sore?
Of course.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say 6 hours. Good God.
Oh, yeah. It is possible. But yeah. So are you going to load the next one?
I'm going to try if I can figure out what the hell I'm doing. I like you don't even give me like a little, like, you're just like, are you going to load it? Like, give me a little like hint that you're heading that way.
Dude took 23 minutes to pick my order, but he's saying it took him quite a lot longer than expected. What was he expecting?
I don't know.
I'll be there in 15 minutes with your groceries. Extra tips always appreciated. This order took me quite a lot longer than expected. In some debt now, and plus I've lost my toothbrush and paste this morning. What?
People, shut. If I ever get like I don't give a shit. Just like,
I know.
It's just like, why? Like, I know you're trying to be funny, but we're not friends. We are in a business transaction. Like, I might say that to you, like, oh my God, I lost my toothbrush and toothpaste. I don't know where it went, but not to your Instacart person. Like,
I would say go put a 99-cent toothbrush on the order, and there you go.
Yeah,
that should tip, buddy.
Put it on me. There you go. I'll buy it for you.
But the other thing is, like, it took him 23 minutes. I mean, unless it was just like one or two things, what was he expecting?
Yeah, I know.
23 minutes is not that long.
No, I mean, you barely get rolling, and you got 10 minutes in.
I know.
Ass. What is this? Pete comes in and just JFKs me? I don't even know what the fuck that's about. Jason doesn't know what he's doing. Surprise, surprise. Like, what the hell? Steve says, I'd respond, tooth care is overrated. As I'm going to the dentist on Monday because I got some pain.
You got pain?
I got pain. Okay, this next one I'm interested to talk about. So it's a little lengthy in reading, and we know that's my struggle point. But this is actually from a local, what's interesting, a local group, but it wasn't a gig group. This was a neighborhood inform group that this guy posted on there. So
yep. Was it neighborly?
It was. I cut that out. It was actually Ben's neighborhood. I'm not sure if this is relevant here. Nope, it's not. I just need to rant. I'm currently a DoorDash driver, and I am gold for the rating. It's taken me so many months to get gold. Being on gold doesn't mean anything, but once you get to platinum, you can dash whenever you want. In order to get to platinum rating, you have to keep all your ratings up and have done 100 orders every 30 days. That is correct. This is where I'm going to go off. For all the people who are platinum already, you make it almost impossible for anyone else to get any orders. I've seen one person with 3 orders at once when I can't even get one single order. I can't pay my bills like this. I can barely pay for gas in my car, let alone rent. How am I ever going to get to platinum when the system is made to make the rich get richer? So let's break that down first, and then I have someone commented on that. So he's not multi-apping for one. Right. And why does he think that the platinum people are richer? Like they're gonna be the rich people. Like it's like he's talking like a political system, like the lower, middle, and upper class. So I don't know. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like that's I can empathize with his frustration, as talked about with Pedro, that I can't even get on the fucking app. Like I'm done. Like if it's super busy, I might get 1 or 2 orders, but like you're right. If you are not a top dasher, you're not getting on that app anymore. They have changed the game.
So pick another app.
Well, yeah, exactly. Why aren't you multi-apping? You dumb fuck. Okay, so this is the comments. Uber, DoorDash, Lyft, these are not full-time jobs unless you choose to work hard to be a full-time driver. These jobs are meant to fill in the gaps. That's fine. If you want to do this full-time and you want to make this a living and support yourself, you need to try all time slots, morning, noon, and evening, night. Document where the pay is and where most opportunities are, and gear yourself to work in those times and areas. Super good advice. Right. That's what being an entrepreneur is. It's being the boss and finding the best potential time to make money is, and doing that. It's no one else's fault that you're not making the money you want. They did the grind too. They know what it takes and they work it. If you're fortunate enough to get there, you'll do the same. Entrepreneur equals grind.
That is accurate.
I mean, everything he said is great. He was nice about it too. Like you've always said, learn your area. Go out for lunch, dinner, and breakfast every time. Right. You may not get on, but you may, and just keep going. And in the meantime, go take an Uber Eats or do an Instacart.
Do something else.
Else.
There's
maybe
lots of jobs.
Maybe gig work isn't for you, and that's okay. But I love that guy's response. Like it's
what I liked the most about it was that he was answering with respect.
Yeah, I don't know what I mean. That's amazing. Usually people are like complete seasuckers.
Right. No, he was giving good advice and he was answering with respect. It made sense. It wasn't full of spelling errors and yelling F you all every other time. It was just a good comment.
God, Bud, I do 100 orders in 3 or 4 days if I stay steady or busy. Lately, not so, maybe 4 or 5. I think a lot of people don't want to work, in my honest opinion. They want to come out for 2 to 4 hours a day and max a day for 3 orders.
Yep.
Well, I mean, that's what I want to do, right? I don't want to grind DoorDash. I want to go out during dinner and lunch and make $50-$60, and I'm good with that because I have other apps I work. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Yep. But it's tough now. DoorDash is kind of curated. You need to be a top dasher if you're going to make any money, and that's their right to do that. I mean, I hate it because I like food delivery. I know Jesper could give 2 shits, and that's okay. But I like food delivery. I like spending 3-4 hours just brainlessly going into restaurants, listening to podcasts. Like I like that. So I kind of missed that part a little bit, but yeah, he definitely needs to get more gaps, or more apps. So old man's
More
in the
apps.
house. Everyone show respect.
Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Yep.
Steve said, what did he say? Going to after party. So many good looking ladies here. Don't you have a fiance? Don't you? I guess he's just looking at him though. So
I don't have a girlfriend. I do know someone who'd be pissed if they heard me say that.
alrighty. I guess I should redact what I just said. All right.
Well, that was a comment.
Yeah, well, it's from Mitch Hedberg, but I don't know what it's reference to. All right, moving on.
Moving on.
We're losing listeners as we keep talking about this.
This is a very interesting thing. Don't be up to. So this is interesting. We did a little bit of research, Jason and I, about this, and I think they're gone now. But the whole article is about how gig workers and predominantly delivery drivers are utilizing Google Maps, or were utilizing Google Maps to track tip baiters. And basically what they were doing, they were going on the map, and they were putting in a missing point, or at a point, or whatever they say, at a location.
A landmark.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Landmark, whatever you want to call it. And then they were saying tip baiter. And then you could search for it, and it would come up in your area. Now, since then, Google has removed them all, from what we can tell. We are not able for us to do any kind of get any results when we search for tip baiter on Google. But that only makes me think that it can't be long until somebody else comes up with something like it. And it's definitely an interesting. It brings up an interesting need in the market, I think, that you need to be able to have a way of tracking stuff like that.
But here's a question: with it being so desperate, like at times, the money, if you saw that they were a tip baiter and or maybe a problem customer, would you just not? I mean, we would not take that one, but people might be like, it's fine. He'll tip this time. You know what I mean?
Well, absolutely. No, absolutely. Yeah, I would think that, yeah.
But you still,
some people wouldn't care.
You would still have the information, and you would be able to decide, what to do with that. So a lot of people have the information of a $2.50 order, and they decide to take it anyway. So, I mean, I guess.
I mean, the other side, the other thing too is was people really using Google Maps to search for tip baiter in your area when you it's not the easiest thing to search for.
Well, yeah, you would need something that was a little bit more user friendly, or something that was quicker.
Right.
You know what I mean? So. That you could do, but yeah, I don't know.
But still interesting, I think. I mean, I know that Pete, if he's still around, I know he wanted one back in the days where he was on. He would love an opportunity to track a person that he didn't like.
Yeah.
What was his name? Ivory. That's right. Ivory.
God.
Oh my God, that was interesting.
Yeah, because back when he was doing it, it wasn't the address up front address or pricing, so he wouldn't know. So yeah, I mean, he literally would just be like getting close to the area and be like, "Oh, motherfuck!" Like, you know what I mean? But at least this way, he'd be like typing the address of like, "Oh no, that's a problem house. I am canceling."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right, moving on, wrapping up here. DoorDash partners with Petco to provide pet essentials. I thought they were already on Petco, but maybe that was PetSmart. So basically, you're able to. National Dog Day is on August 26th, which is in 3 days. DoorDash and Petco are celebrating the partnership by unleashing a best in show offer. So just another app or another business to, get orders from.
There you go.
What's crazy is though, I've seen people like there'd be like 100 items on like a PetSmart order and people decline them. I don't know why they would decline them. The 100 items are either A, they're crickets,
right?
Or B, it's just cat food. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not like it's that hard to shop for crickets or cat food. Like if it's 100 items, I don't know. I don't ever get worried about that at a pet store because it's going to be 100 of one item.
What I want to know is, do you have to catch the crickets?
No, I think they catch them for you. Yeah, you're like, Fuck this job.
I gotta do 100 of these. Fuck.
Anyways, I thought that was kind of fun too. They put down the top girl dog names and top boy names. So here we go. Top girls: Luna, Bella, Daisy, Lucy, Lily, Zoe, Lola, Sadie, Bailey, and Stella. And the top boy dog names are Max, Charlie, Cooper, Milo, Buddy, Rocky, Bear, Teddy, and Duke.
I like Buddy.
Yeah, my kids wanted to name our third dog Cooper, but that's his middle name now because they did not win out on the name. So it is Hamilton Cooper. That is his name. So
why does he have middle names?
We all do, or all the dogs do. It's Franklin Max, Winston James, and Hamilton Cooper. Because when you yell at them, you're like, Winston James, get over here. Just like you yell at your kids. Yeah, like a Pete. Princess Tootsie.
Princess Tootsie.
But they call her Tootsie. She is a Tootsie. All right.
She's a princess. That's what she is.
Yeah, we got a couple more just real quick. Middleton Tech, Gary Middleton. Love that guy. If you're watching the live stream, the app on your left is Maximo, the blue one. Obviously, Flex Alert in the middle and Driver Utility Helper for DoorDash on the right. All these apps have multiple settings to accept or decline anything that you want except Flex Alert. Sorry, Flex Alert's different. It just taps for you. It doesn't pull routes or anything like that. It's just nice so you don't have to glue to your phone. But all these apps are available for download, and the link is in our description. And every little download and sign up helps us. So that would be great if you could do that.
Yep. And it helps Gary too. So
well, yeah. Larry says my brother-in-law just got a dog and named him Buddy. Of course. Of course.
It's because we have no
creativity. Bud said, earlier, I said if names are kept out of the addresses known to tip bait on Uber Eats, Instacart, or Spark, it's fair game to me. They're actively stealing, in my opinion, and they know it's wrong, but these apps make it easy. Yeah, they do. They make it real fucking easy.
Absolutely. Tip baiting should be illegal.
Wow. A lot
and it should be
illegal.
Taken off.
Yeah.
They should stop allowing to change the tip.
Yeah.
That's it.
Some apps do it different. Some of them are terrible with it. So, all right, last two articles.
If you really want to change the tip,
what's up?
You should. If you really want to change the tip, they should have to contact support.
Yes, like literally call them.
Yeah.
Because no one's going to do that.
No.
No one wants to talk to
It's
anybody.
the same as that $20 we had talked about earlier. Too bad. Fuck that.
Yeah.
You're not getting your money back.
Well, you would have brought it back. So, like.
Well, I know because it was,
Oh, because I'm a nice human.
I am a nice human.
I'm a nice human.
All
right. Two more articles. Go.
Two more articles. This is pretty cool because it's about Mark Cuban. He's my fan. No, hang on. I'm a fan of him. So anyways, this is a little bit of a whoopsie story. He talks about how he lost out on getting in early in investing in Uber. And had he invested the $250,000 that they asked for at the time, his stake would have today been worth $2.3 billion.
God dang it. And $250,000 for him is just, it's like $20 for us.
I reach into my pocket. He said he didn't do it because he did not agree with the evaluation at the time. Basically, it was evaluated at $10 million at the time, and he did not agree with that. And obviously, he realizes today that that was wrong, and he should have done it, and blah, 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 blah. But, it's not like he's doing that bad. Yeah. He is today worth $5.9 billion. So it's okay.
Yeah, it's not like he's losing sleep. And I bet a lot of those rich guys have those stories of like, ooh, I should have invested in that. Oh, it wasn't. Sorry,
I'm sure they have even more stories where there's like, oh fuck, I did invest in this and I lost my shirt.
I want to. Oh yeah. More of those than the other. I want to hear everyone's like Apple story, like they didn't invest in Apple, and if they would have, back in the like late 80s or whatever, early 80s, whenever it was. But what was I going to say? Oh, it wasn't a Shark Tank thing, was it? It was just like they reached out to him and asked if he wanted to.
Yeah, so basically he had done some investing with Dara before.
Okay.
It wasn't Dara.
Yeah, it's Travis.
Yeah, exactly, with Travis,
Dirtbag.
and had made a little bit of money on some of his earlier efforts, and so I think he was. I mean, he hadn't lost on the first ones, but
yeah,
as I said, he was just not agreeing with the evaluation at the time, and so so he decided not to. But
interesting.
Yep.
Last article of the night: Lyft CEO David Risher has bought more than $1 million worth of the company's stock, underscoring his confidence in his plans to turn around the rideshare company. Risher purchased 100,000 shares of Lyft stock worth nearly $1.15 million, according to Securities and Exchange. How does that even work? I don't understand how, if you are the CEO of the company, you can just buy stock like that. But I'm an idiot.
Why not? You can buy whatever you want. Okay. It's your own money. You can buy stock.
It's your own money. You can buy stock. Could you buy?
If it's a publicly traded company, you can buy it. Yeah.
Can you buy stock in Uber?
Of course.
He probably does have stock in Uber. Can you imagine the drama that would happen? People would be so pissed. So anyways, just another thing that this, guy thinks he's going to be able to turn Lyft around. I don't know what's going to turn Lyft around, to be honest with you.
I think the only thing that's going to turn Lyft around is they have to improve the app and they have to make it more attractive for the drivers.
That's not going to turn them around. Oh, you mean more attractive, like appearance or like money?
Money.
Oh, well, yeah, that's obvious.
Right. That's what I mean. They have to make it. They have to make it more attractive for they have to stop all this. Again, I think the way to fix it is to go back to basics. Stop all this upfront pricing nonsense. Go back to what it was, and go back to this is what everybody wants. All the number one thing that's wrong with the rideshare industry today. What is the number one thing you hear everybody complaining about?
The money.
That it's not easy to know what you're going to make on the rides. It's not straight like it used to be. You get paid per mile and per minute.
Well, it is easy. They give you the upfront pricing. You know exactly what you're going to make on the ride.
I know, but it's not what it used to be. It's not fair, quote unquote fair, because Uber or Lyft quite often makes just as much, and they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Lyft should make their cut.
It's funny how we wanted all that information, and now that we have it, like Gabe and his market, they took it away, and so he doesn't see it anymore, but he makes way more money. It's just like the weirdest thing. Like, yeah, I feel like they need to go back to that. So,
absolutely.
Reviews and how to said, I prefer Lyft, pays better than Uber by far in my market. I mean, when it used to be that they took the percentage, like it was pretty straightforward. I did make more money on Lyft. Like I got more money, but now it's Uber because I have the electric vehicles, so I get $1 each ride, plus I can do comfort. So now I just stick to Uber mostly.
I think it changed when they removed the multiplier.
Oh God, yeah. I know we reminisce about that all the time, and people might get sick of it, and people may have not doesn't know about the. I got a fruit fly in here; it's been driving me nuts. Maybe they don't know about the.
He has a Chevy Bolt.
Why are you like doing this? You're all excited. What? Oh, I went electric, all electric. Chevy Bolt, brand new. It's already got 3,500 miles on it.
So Pete, the picnic is not. You haven't missed it yet. It's at the end of September.
The 23rd.
The 23rd.
2 to 4.
And Janet is gonna be here.
Hey, is Janet going to be here?
I think so.
I was just checking because we never talk about it.
I know, right?
I know. I'm so glad he did. But we do never talk about it. I thought I wrote in the rundown like 2 weeks ago to talk about the picnic, and I'm going up in the rundown, and it's not in here. Who deleted it?
Yes, Pete. It's the same place. I don't know. It's at the park. Same place as last year. Same place as the last 2 years. Same. What's it called?
Oh, the Island Shelter.
Yep, Island Shelter. And it's going to be cool stuff.
We're going to live stream a podcast there. It probably will be just mini interviews with gig workers there. It won't be really any
we need
news.
Everybody there.
Yes.
It's free food, guys. Free food.
Free food. How can you pass up a free meal?
I know, right? Free meal.
Jesper won't even try to grab your genitals. Well, maybe John's. If he
I thought we
up.
talked about that.
Sorry. I'll cut that Anyways, guys, I love you guys so much. I appreciate your listening to the show. If you are just on here, just watching the stream, could you please download the show on any podcatcher app that you have and listen to it there too, or just download it. I don't care, because those numbers are super important to us. If you haven't liked or subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do that as well. And Pete, you motherfucker. I'm going to download these nuts on your face. My son uses that in inappropriate times. Well, it's always inappropriate, but he uses it appropriately. Anyways, next week, Wednesday, it will be a regular show again. We'll hopefully be able to get some gig creators or gig workers on to interview. But I'm sure you enjoyed this show all the same.
Well, next week, Wednesday, we don't have to, because it'll be a normal show.
I know. I said next week will be normal, and then hopefully...
And then after that,
So, as
again,
always...
Contact us, our team, at gigeconomyshow.com if you want to be on the show.
Yeah, appreciate it. And as always, guys, don't put up with anyone's bullshit.
And we'll see you on the road.
Good night.
Good night.
This podcast is produced and edited by Hey Guys Media Group. Want to start a podcast? Check out heyguysmediagroup.com.